Hello, my name is Nick.
Hi, I'm Diane.
And I'm Rebecca, and the topic of our short video today is revenge porn.
Would you send or share an intimate image of someone without their permission or knowledge? Yes or no? Hold that thought.
In 2014, the official definition of revenge porn was the non-consensual sharing of intimate or explicit images or videos with the intention of embarrassing, shaming, and harming the depicted person. It is a serious violation of privacy and illegal in the UK, and it's on the increase.
Cyber psychologists have called for rewording of revenge porn due to the inference that victims are responsible and subsequently blamed for the creation of the images despite not sharing it. Technology-mediated sexual abuse has been suggested as not only does this move blame from the victim, but also acknowledges the fundamental recognition of technology facilitating this process.
Prior to the internet, non-consensual sharing of intimate images did exist. However, it was limited in distribution and audience due to the physical nature of photos and videos. The early 2000s saw a significant shift as smartphones and social media platforms became widely accessible, and often innocently, couples exchanged intimate images, widely known as sexting. Pivotally, some individuals, predominantly post-breakup, began sharing such images on social media, and importantly, without consent, with underlying intent to shame, embarrass, or punish former partners. This became widely known as revenge porn.
Exclusions or distinctions between celebrities and the public did not exist, and were not immune to the sharing of private and sexually explicit images. Some were alleged to use such activities to propel minor into apparent significant celebrities, such as Kim Kardashian in 2007. The leaking of this well-publicised video not only condoned and sensationalised the idea of revenge porn, but also drew attention to the monetisation of such material.
Consequentially, in 2010, the website isanyoneup.com was founded by Hunter Moore, posting explicit images submitted by often aggrieved ex-partners, together with names, contact details, and social media profiles of the targeted victim. This opened the arena to global proportions. No laws at this time criminalised the subsequent exposure, victimisation, and psychological harm of the victim, nor those profiteering from such activities.
The how and why of such damaging and directed activities potentially lies within the distinct, although often intertwined, theories of cyber psychology. Described in the multiplicity theory, instant exposure of such images on multiple global platforms reaches a previously impossible infinite number of individuals. The resulting consequences not only remove control from the victim firsthand, but the subsequent ripple effect continues by repeat sharing, therefore creating a permanent digital footprint. Due to the increasing number of social networking sites, the simplicity of distributing these images can be performed at the touch of a button, without thought or consequence for either party.
Between 2013 and 2015, recognising the high psychological harm, opinions changed regarding the sharing of non-consensual intimate images. Thankfully, high-profile cases such as Hunter Moore in 2014 and Georgia Harrison in 2020 raised public awareness about the implications of this form of sexual and psychological abuse. Media attention gained momentum due to the custodial sentence Georgia Harrison's perpetrator served.
Due to the significant negative impact on mental well-being, cyber psychologists explore the motivations behind revenge porn. As evidenced in recent research, negative psychological repercussions may result in physical and mental health risks, irrespective of gender, such as depression, body dysmorphia, post-traumatic stress disorder, feelings of violation, self-harm, substance and alcohol abuse, and could ultimately lead to suicide completion. Although victimization is more common amongst women, it encompasses all genders. However, women appear to receive more blame than men for being victimized.
Digital native refer to those who have never known life without technology, such as smartphones and social networking sites. The hyperpersonal model may give an insight into the behaviours and motives of digital natives, as most interpersonal relationships for this generation are now online and not face-to-face. Social networking sites provide a platform to instantly share information, But without nonverbal cues available in face-to-face contact, individuals compensate for the filtered out nonverbal cues by consciously or subconsciously revealing more of themselves through images or text messages. Dating sites such as Tinder have created what is known as a hookup culture, contributing to the normalization of sharing explicit and intimate images.
Additionally, the four components of the hyperpersonal model, receivers, senders, channels, and feedback, give the sender the maximum opportunity for the best self-preservation due to the asynchronous nature of the computer-mediated communication. And digitally enhancing and editing photos and text, the sender can construct an idealized and favorable version of themselves, both in personality and image.
Therefore, the natural progression for people who overshare is that they see no defined boundary to sending increasingly intimate images or allowing them to be taken without realizing the intentions of the receiver. This is also supported by the social information processing theory, suggesting that without the nonverbal social cues gained from face-to-face interactions, they are replaced by further information to compensate for the lack of expression available in synchronous communication.
While this function may be seen as positive to the sender, the receiver can utilize the photos in a negative way. Careful editing may result in the reverse of what the sender intends. A subsequent consequence could be the production of deep fake material, which has been digitally manufactured and manipulated to portray the original sender in an intimately explicit way and used as revenge porn. Even though this may not factually represent the individual, it is still a criminal offence under the Domestic Abuse Act 2021.
This highlights the paradoxical nature of the hyperpersonal model, where the asynchronous ability to filter and apply careful thought into presented content can be used in an intended positive way, but can also be used as a weapon with the intent to harm the victim.
Whilst technology provides a multitude of platforms for the perpetrator to share these explicit images, it is ultimately the subjective aims and intent of these perpetrators where the real responsibility lies. Evidence suggests that a combination of the dark tetrad's four components, Machiavellism, narcissism, psychopathy, and sadism, contribute to the tendency to share harmful content, as measured by the revenge porn proclivity scale.
For revenge porn to be successful, it is not only the perpetrator that posts the image, but also the ripple effect of the secondary sharing of the material. This adds another dimension due to the perpetrator's ability to expose the victim, making them more vulnerable. As described in the social identity theory, by exposing harmful, intimate content of the victim, the perpetrator recruits members to their in-group, therefore successfully excluding and increasing the vulnerability of the victim. The perpetrator's in-group standing is promoted by successfully manipulating the victim's position to an outgroup.
The presence of websites such as isanyoneup.com enable or encourage the sharing of intimate or explicit content and provide platforms where the normalization of sharing illicit images not only dehumanizes the victims but actively promotes moral disengagement. This is a socially organized effort, and such de-individuation breeds a mob mentality.
A positive repercussion from the raised awareness and education of revenge porn within the media is that people no longer live in fear or feel isolated when they become a victim, due to the laws that have been implemented to safeguard them. Social networking sites are held to account, ensuring content moderation and accountability. Due to the permanence of the images on the internet, potential re-traumatisation is ever present, and thankfully, the emergence of support groups in response to this and safeguarding now in place in schools or universities actively empowers victims. Thankfully, people are no longer dismissed and blamed for sharing images with a once trusted individual.
Thank you very much for listening, and we hope it has been informative. But before we go, can we re-ask our initial question? Would you send or share an intimate image of someone without their permission or knowledge? Yes or no? If you or anyone you know has been a victim of revenge porn or would like further information, you can contact the Revenge Porn Helpline. We have this linked on the video.